What's poppin', what's poppin'? So your girl came to rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call it. And today we are going to talk about it is happening to you, yes, but it is also happening for you. For those that are out there that are saying, oh, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's true, because at the end of the day, it is happening to you at the end of the day. Because if it wasn't happening to you, then you wouldn't be going through something, right? Cool. So, it is happening to you. I'm sorry, there was a chipmunk that was on a tree screaming at me before I started making this motherfucking video, so I had to make sure it went on its way. But like I was saying, it is happening to you. Because like I said, if you were not going through something, then it wouldn't be happening to you. But you're going through something, correct? So it's happening to you. But the thing is, it's happening to you for you. At the end of the day, you are going through what you are going through for you to either grow, learn, become a better you, or do different things that you should do, okay? For those that's out there that are going through a tough time, that are struggling in life, that are either going through a breakup or going through a job loss or a home loss or a family loss or a friend loss, whatever it is, it don't even have to be a loss. It could be just somebody that is one second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. There was a lot going on. There was a plane flying, the damn wind was blowing, so we had to give ourselves a second, okay? But like I was saying, whatever you are going through that is bringing you down, that is making you depressed or making you anxious or making you frustrated or making you mad or sad or miserable, you are going through that for a reason. Yes, it is happening to you. Yes, you are going through something. Yes, it is probably tiresome. Yes, you are probably over it. Yes, you are probably ready to say, I am done. I give up. I don't want to do this anymore. But you got to understand it is happening for you. You got to understand what you are going through is happening for you. So sit back and think about it. Why am I going through this? What is the reason that I am going through this? Is it because I've been here for a long ass time and it's making me depressed and miserable, and it's getting to the point where I'm so frustrated to where I'm calling out for work every other day. I'm not showing up to do my business that I'm supposed to. I'm not hitting that friend up like I'm supposed to. I'm not motherfucking talking to my family like I used to. I'm not motherfucking going out and partying like I used to. Maybe it's a time where I should sit back and be like, okay, cool. I'm getting frustrated off this. I'm going through this for a reason. Maybe I should take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Maybe the bigger picture is it's time for me to move. Maybe the bigger picture is it's time for me to let go. Maybe the bigger picture is it's time to forgive. Maybe the bigger picture is it's time for me to replace that shit. At the end of the day, you are going through something to whether you need to learn a lesson that you keep going through. Maybe you keep getting fucked over in those relationships because you keep choosing those motherfuckers that don't love you for you, but instead they love you for what you bring to the motherfucking table. Maybe you keep getting called in left and right, here and there, because you allow that shit, and to the point where you are so depressed, so stressed, so tired to where you are calling off and losing your money. Maybe it's time for you to let go of that job. Maybe it's time for you to find something better. Maybe it's time for you to do something better. Find something new. Learn what you need to learn so you can move past this hump in your life that is bringing you down, that is stressing you out, that is causing you pain, that is causing you sorrow, that is causing you anger, that is causing you depression. Maybe it is time for you to learn your lesson and look at the bigger picture of this situation. You don't have to be there every single day. You don't have to be there all the fucking time. Maybe this person is only supposed to be here for a season. Maybe this motherfucking job is only supposed to be here for a season. Maybe this motherfucking friend is only supposed to be here for a season. Maybe this motherfucking family member is only supposed to be here for a season. You have to sit and think about it. Everything that comes into your life does not stay all the time. Maybe it is there for just a season. So you are going through this for you to see that it's time for you to let go. Come on now. Is anybody hearing me? Maybe it is time for you to see. It is time for you to let go. It is time for you to release. It is time for you to forgive and let go and let God. It is time for you to say, I am done. It is time for you to say, I give up. It is time for you to move on. It is time for you to leave. When will you see that you are going through this to learn your lesson so you can move forward and elevate? See, the thing is, I'm a person that always holds on. Why do I have to let them go? Why do I have to let this job go? Why do I have to let this friend go? Why do I have to let this lover go? Why do I have to let this family member go? Why do I have to let this environment go? Why? Because you are going down in the gutter. That is why. You was only supposed to be here for a season, not a whole lifetime. You were supposed to be here to learn and elevate and grow and be a better you. You were not supposed to stay here and stay down and let these motherfuckers take you to the motherfucking grave. You were supposed to elevate. So elevate. Let go and let God. I understand it is tiresome. I understand that you don't want to let go sometimes. I understand that you are going through something in your mind. You are going back and forth. Should I let it go? Should I stay? Should I let it go? Should I stay? If you are confused on something, then that means you need to let that shit go. You shouldn't be confused on what's going on in your life. You should know what's going on. And what I mean by that, because sometimes you will never know what's going on. What I mean by that is if you are somewhere and it is draining you, but you are making money, but you are still getting tired, but you are still bringing in that dough, but you still keep getting depressed, but you still making that money, but you still over here getting to the point where you don't even want to go to that job. Maybe it's time for you to let it go. Sorry, y'all. It's cold and my nose is a little stuffy, but maybe it's time for you to let it go. Maybe it's time for you to release that job. Maybe it's time for you to release that friend. Maybe it's time for you to release that family member. Maybe it's time for you to release that motherfucking lover. Maybe it's time for you to release that environment. Maybe it's time for you to release that thought that you have in your mind, that mentality that you have in your mind, that emotion that you are carrying around you, that motherfucking feeling that you have the back of your motherfucking head. Maybe it's time for you to let it go. If you do not understand it, let it go and let God. God is going to bring you stuff in your life. And the thing about it is, if you are confused, it is not God. If you are confused, it is the devil. If you are confused, it means you need to let it go and find something that you are knowing of. Like I said, it's going to be times where you do not understand what's going on, but that means you have to let go and let God. Yes, you are probably over here overthinking. Going here in your mind, racking your brain. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Let go and let God. It's going to be times where you are depressed. There's going to be times where you are sad. There's going to be times where you are confused. There's going to be times where you are mad. There's going to be times where you are just like, what the fuck is going on in this motherfucker? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Because God is trying to show you, baby, it is time. It is time, baby. It is time for you to elevate. I get it. You don't want to elevate. I get it that you want to stay in this comfortable place. I get it that you are scared to move forward, that you are scared to let go, that you are scared to see what's going on in the unknown. But it's time. It is time for you to let go. It is time for you to let God. That's why it is happening to you. That's why you are going through that. That's why you are constantly getting depressed when you have this person around. That's why you are constantly getting sad when you go in this environment. That's why you constantly get angry when you have this conversation with your family member. That's why you are constantly getting drained when you go to that job, because it's trying to let you know it is time to let go. And I get it, it's easier said than done, baby. Because why? You're not telling me why. You're not telling me why. But the thing is, God is telling you why and showing you why. You're just not seeing it. Every time you go to that job, you are what? Stressed, sad, miserable, tired, but you're making money. I need to pay my bills. Understandable. So, instead of staying in this job that is depressing and making you sad and miserable and tired, find something better. That brings you joy, that brings you peace, that brings you happiness. Oh, this is my all day, my day one. This is my friend that I had since childhood, since we was littles in the motherfucking Pampas. If that person is bringing you depression, bringing you drama, bringing you stress, bringing you shit that you don't want in your life, but you still stay with them because that's my peoples, that's your sign. Just because that's your peoples don't mean shit. If your peoples is telling you to run into a burning building and die, are you going to do that? I think the fuck not. I think you're going to look at your peoples like, are you trying to kill me, bitch? Are you trying to send me to my motherfucking grave, bitch? Yes, I am. So what? We're family. We're friends. We're lovers. We're peoples that's locked in together. No. No. Do not. It is time for you to let go. It is happening to you for a reason. Look at the signs. God is telling you. Maybe it's time for you to move. Maybe it's time for you to change. Maybe it's time for you to elevate and grow. Just maybe. But that's about it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my channel for more content like this. There are messages that I give you just like this one. Go look at my page. You might see something that is screaming out to you. Hello, come check me out. Maybe it's a message that you need to hear and see. But that's about it, y'all. Y'all have a good one, okay?